welcome. This is Ruth and I've got the latest create and make launch from Tonic to share with you today. It's called the BUZZY Bag Gift Box Die Set and these are the dies in it. So these create and make launches are small die sets that you can do lots of different things with, and they're very, very well priced, and they come out once a month and they're fairly new, but I think they're going to really do very, very well because people seem to just be loving them already. So this is the latest one, as I say, and it makes a lovely little bag, but of course you can see already that there are beautiful panels and things in here, a gorgeous little bee and a little debossing sentiment here, and these lovely layering circles in here with the beautiful little floral element here that matches this one, and those could all be used for other things as well. Beautiful on cards and all sorts of things, but it does make a beautiful little bag. And I don't have the proper packaging because obviously I get the pre-launch samples, so this is what it will look like. I've just printed this out and it does look really beautiful. So if you open it up, you'll see the instructions inside here. You'll get these in your packaging, and as far as I'm aware you'll get a little magnetic sheet as well for these, although I always put mine in my big magnetic crafter stand because it's just really, really handy to work with, and then I can lift it off the desk and set it away and bring it back out again if I need to, if I have to stop in the middle of it. But anyway, I digress. At the beginning here it will show you how many pieces of everything that you need to cut out and then how to put it together, and it doesn't look very difficult. In fact, I have to say, most times, 9 times out of 10, any of Tonic's die sets aren't that difficult to put together. It just requires a little patience for some of the bigger ones. But anyway, my job is to show you how to do it, and obviously if there are any things to learn on the way, I'll learn them while I'm sort of practicing, and then you'll only see the easy part at the end without all the mistakes that I've made on the way, if there are any. Anyhow, I've picked out some gorgeous card because I thought that sort of looked like, well, it's a bee themed thing with the honeycomb and whatever, and I thought these colors looked really gorgeous. I've used this beautiful little Principal Pearlescence pad, and there's some gorgeous little 6x6 pads available from Tonic now, and you'll get all sorts of bits and pieces in there. And then I'll show you this one as well because it's just on my desk, but they're really fantastic little booklets, and I'll put a little link down to those below. Actually, I should say too, my affiliate links to everything that I use will be down in the description, and I always appreciate everybody who uses those if you can. I do appreciate that. Anyhow, another little thing is, as you go along and you're cutting these, you'll notice there are lots of little hexagons that come out, and I've saved some of them but not all in the glitter there because I reckon that those would make lovely little shakers for inside a shaker card or something as well. I might just dump those, but I thought I'd hold on to them in the meantime to show you that was another little possibility. So if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do that and hit the notification bell, and that way you'll be kept up to date and you'll not miss any of the videos as they come along. This launch, the create and make, comes out once a month, but there are other things like the kit and just lots and lots of new launches all along the way. And I'm always very busy, and I've always got lots of tutorials and different construction videos and things, and I love making them and I love your company, so thank you very much for that. If you enjoy them, give me a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment because that always helps too. Now, as you saw there, I have got lots and lots of pieces cut out already, and I've used 300 GSM smooth ivory card for the panels. And first of all, I'm going to need 6 of these and 12 of these, and then I'm going to burnish these little score lines and have everything ready. But I've also cut out the panels that go on top of those, and I wanted to put this on, and I thought, you know, that looks really beautiful the way it is, but I decided that I would cut this panel out as well and glue that on top. So I'm going to do that on the 5 of these panels, I think, at the moment, because I don't think I'll put that on the underneath one that's going to sit on, but you never know. I've got some extra pieces cut out anyway. And then on this one I've cut out 12 of these, and I have also cut out 12 of these little panels and 12 of these ones as well. So to get the top panels for this one as well, this is the outside edge that cuts the plain one, but then you must use this one along with this one to get this shape. And likewise here, this one will cut out the plain panel like this, but if you use this one and this one together, it gives you this beautiful shape, and then you can go ahead and glue that on top, and I've already done that with 12 of them. So now I'm going to go and burnish all the score lines and glue these on. First of all, we're going to start off with 3 of these side panels, and you see the way this is narrower here and broader here. We're going to glue this one directly on top here, and you'll see there that when you glue that on top of that, this piece just gets hidden in here, and that's actually the glue tab, although it doesn't get bent. So we're going to start off by gluing 3 of those together like that. And now you're going to do that 4 times, and you'll have 4 pieces exactly the same as this. I'm just going to show you here that if you find it's easier to put your little pattern panel on afterwards, just go ahead and glue 3 of these together first of all, like that, and just make sure that the circle is perfectly on top, and you'll feel it if you pinch it here and here. You'll know that that's exactly right there, and then line up this little area here, and that should be right. And then you'll not sort of get this in the wrong place. You'll be able to just put that into the center, but there is a little debossing line there. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but there's a little line there and the whole way around, and that will show you exactly where to set this one on. So as I'm just putting all of this together, I'm thinking, isn't it just wonderful how you start off with a couple of bits of card and all of a sudden you realize you've made something rather beautiful. And the designers who actually design these die sets do such a wonderful job, and I'm really happy to be able to use them. And I can see that lots of the rest of you are as well. But you can just lose yourself in the moment, and no matter what else is going on around you, you can forget it all just for a moment while you create, and that's part of the beauty of it. Of course, the feeling that you get at the end of it whenever you've made something beautiful is even better, and that can only be topped by, well, when you give it to someone and you see their reaction that you've actually parted with something homemade or handmade, and that's so beautiful as well. So there's lots and lots of benefits to crafting. So now I'm going back to these panels, and I'm going to glue 3 of these together like so, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I wasn't too sure if I was going to use this one, but I actually think I'll go ahead. I thought I might hold on to that and make a card to match this, because I love giving a little gift in a box or a bag that matches a little card, but and I wasn't going to put one on the bottom, but I'm just going to go ahead and glue all of these together. I can cut another one for a card. To join these together then, I'm going to take this center panel and the two side panels, and I'm just going to turn all of these over, and I've got my glue tab up at the top here, and these glue tabs then are going to get attached on here. So this one will go on here, and just make sure you've got everything lined up on the outside. The bottom one will go on here, and then this one will fold up and go on here. And then I'm going to add the other one on exactly the same on this side as well. So I've made up another one exactly the same, so I now have the two halves of this, and I've taken this little latch piece and I'm going to glue that on here. So I have just going to put glue on here, just that bottom part, and then pop that on there just across the center of there. You'll actually be able to line that up with the center of this as well, because that'll give you a little guideline. And now I'm going to attach both of these together with this little glue tab here. So I'm going to put glue along that edge of it and then fold that back and attach those two pieces like that. So if you take this dye, now I've used this in ivory, and I know it would probably be really lovely in gold, but I want to keep it ivory because I just like the way all of this matches in. So I have cut this out, and that actually, you can see a little cutting line goes between there. So there are actually two die cuts on that, and there they are. So you've got the raised up area here, and you want to fold the tab forwards on both of them like that, and then glue both of those rounded tabs together. So I'm just going to put glue on here and bring both of those up, so you'll know you've got it correct if it looks like this and it's flat on the back with no pattern, and when you fold it over, the two patterns are visible from here. And now we're going to put some glue on the back of this. Now because I'm adding this on top of glitter card, it will take a little minute or two just to hold, but I think it's well worth it. You could probably even put this on with a glue gun if you wanted some hot glue, but I prefer just to do this and take my time and hold it properly and on there. So the idea then is to have this rounded piece coming up through the little latch, and you'll want the two flat ends up to the flat end here. So pop that up through there, fold this over so it's going like that, and then just turn this around and line it up, and there you are. And then you can hold that down and hold it in place. It's actually just going right across where the top of my die cut is, so I can take that off and just hold it like that and leave it for a minute or two until the glue grabs really, really well. Now I'm going to make the handle, and I've cut out two of these pieces, and that's them there, and I've used this part here with the little rounded area on it in glitter card, and I've glued those directly on top. But I also had cut one out that I was going to use. I just thought the glitter actually looked better in the end, but you can see here this beautiful little die debosses a lovely little crisscross element into one of your die cuts, and that looks really, really beautiful on pearlized or mirror card or whatever. But it has no cutting edges, so it's got to be used with this one. You'll cut that out and then you'll use this one inside, and it gives you that lovely pattern. Anyhow, I have cut two of these, and these are going to be my handles, so they will go attached at the top there. Now I am just going to round these a little bit, and I usually just grab something round itself. I don't take my sharp bone folder there. I'll just do this round a glitter mark or whatever, and just give these just a little mold so that they're not completely flat. There we are. Now I need to cut some of these. I've already got these cut. I'll just tell you how many because I've forgotten. 6 of these small circles here, so that's 6 of this size and 4 of this large size. So this is the largest one, and I've got all of those already sitting here waiting to go. First of all, I'm going to take 2 of the smaller die cuts and glue them together to create a little axle, and then I'm going to repeat that with another 2, and then they will get glued onto the center of the outer circles on the little bag itself, little box. So they will get glued directly on there. Now I'm going to take the other 2 small circles that I had cut out, and I'm going to connect the handles together by those. So I'm going to glue one in underneath here, just halfway, and then glue this one to the top of it, and then I'll put another one on over the top, and that will hold all of that together. And then I can go ahead and add the little bee onto the top of that at the end if I want to decorate that. Just leave that aside until it's completely dry before you try to move it, because obviously there's a lot hinging on that one little bit, so don't try to move it until the glue is completely dried. So in the meantime, I'm going to make this little bee, and I've cut out the background here with the ivory card, and that's this one. And then you can paper piece all of these little pieces back onto that, but I thought it was just a little bit easier to do that if you die cut another one of these and then cut this one right through the middle, and when you do that you get this one, which is the lovely little outline, and then that gives you the complete little areas where you can paper piece all those other little pieces into, and to me that just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one directly on top. Now obviously you could fill that in with crystal drops or all sorts of things like that, morning dew drops even for the wings to make them nice and light and airy and clear. You could colour in there with pencils or with alcohol markers or whatever, but I am going to take this little die and just die cut that from some black card and some glitter card, and then I'll paper piece those pieces already, you know, back into it again. And I'm going to start off with the little wings. I've already cut those out in gold and put some glue on, and you can see there, because you've got this outline on it, it's so easy just to pop those pieces in. There's what the little bee looks like when it's finished. Isn't it really, really cute? So beautiful. Anyhow, I have now got this ready, and I'm going to put the handle on. So just make sure that you've got both of these top pieces here tucked inside. So this is the bottom of the box or bag, and you fold both of those, or just press them down in so that the 2 base parts are facing up, and that's the bit with your with your little circles on, and just do that. So I think, I'm not sure if I need this or not, but I am going to add another little extra circle onto both of those just to give an extra little bit of clearance. And it says 2 in the instructions, but I'm going to pop 3 on, and there you are. That will depend on what kind of card you're using, whether you actually need that or not, and I might not need it at all, but I think I'm going to use it. Anyhow, back to the handle. So I've got 2 of these big circles, that's the largest ones, and then I've taken this die and I've cut that out in the plain pearlescent card, and then I've used both of those together. I got myself this beautiful shape here that I've glued on top, and I've got two of these ready. And now I'm going to take the handle and just place it over here, and only put glue on the center part, so only on that little circle in the middle there, and make sure none of it goes onto this, and then you can place this one directly on top. Now just hold that in place and make sure you've got it exactly lined up with everything below it, and then once the glue has grabbed on that one, you'll know that this is able to move back and forwards, but once the glue has grabbed on that one, you can flip it over and do exactly the same thing on the other side. You'll see two little notches there, and they actually line up. When that's straight, they'll line up with these little marks here. If you actually open your little box up, you'll be able to just put your finger and thumb together there and press that, and that will attach a bit easier for you. And then you can just turn it around this way and do the other side. Again, we're just going to put some glue on this inner circle and add this one on top. Just open your box like that, and you'll know that the little handle, just remember, always have these two pieces on the top edge going inside, and then that closes over like that. And when you've got the box closed, then you can bring the lid up to the top, and then we can glue our little bee right on there. And you can make more bees if you want and attach them onto that, but this is just where I'm going to put mine. And you know, I have looked at this and it is so pretty. I think it's probably one of the prettiest boxes I've ever made with Tonic dies. I don't know whether it's just the combination of the shape, the card, the paper, the bee. I actually love all of that stuff, and that is really, really lovely. Now I'm going to make another one now, but I doubt if I'll top that one because I love that one. There's the second one, and I didn't video that one because it was basically the same as this one, except that I didn't cut the panels. I just cut one panel and glued it onto the top there, and that is golden polka dot craft foiled paper, and it's really, really craft foiled card actually, and it's really, really pretty. And do you know, that one actually is beautiful too. And I put the little glitter circle up at the top, and on here, instead of adding the detailed die cut, I put another little plain circle and added the little bee on there, and I've got a little bee on the other side as well. And the little hinge and whatnot there is in black card, and then when you open this up, I've just put a little bit of the same card down inside there, and they're so, so pretty. But I thought now that I would like to make a little card, and obviously there's lots of ways of making the card. We could put a circle on a card and then add some of these elements around it. We could have it like this, or we could add the bees, do whatever, but I am going to make something right now that matches in with both of those. I've taken a 6x6 ivory card, and then I've matted two layers onto it. So one is the golden polka dot, the same as this, but I've put the other card in behind there. I think that's gold pearl in behind there, and layered that up. And then now I'm going to add a little shaker element because I want to use some of these in here. I have them and I may as well use them. I have taken this one, this die that cuts out the side panel there. It cuts out this area here, and then I have set the little square, or this little one here, right into the middle and taken that piece out, and I'm going to trim off the glue tab here. And then I've taken a piece of acetate and I'm going to glue that directly on here. Now glue is absolutely fine for that, but first of all I think I'll cut this off with my guillotine and I'll be right back. I like to get a really good smooth line down there, and guillotine's always the best for that. I glued a square of cream card on there, and this is going to fit over it, so I have put double-sided foam tape. It's actually the 3D foam pads, and I've slit them up and put them all along here, and I have left them really, really tight so there's no gaps in between them. And I haven't taken the top off just yet because I'm doing the really, really boring part at the minute, and that's popping these on in the center, and I want to make sure they're all facing up the right way, and that's a bit time consuming and boring, but I don't think they can turn over whenever, I don't think it's going to be deep enough for them to turn over afterwards, so it should be worthwhile. I put the little bee on top of the acetate there, and then I made some flowers with the extra dies from the Making Memories with Friends memory book die set that was released just lately there, and some of the foliage in the back as well. And I added some of these little pieces from the inside into the center of the bigger flowers there as well. And of course you could add a sentiment or whatever you want onto that, but I think that for me that's all I want to put on it now, and I think that looks really well. Of course you could make a card with this beautiful panel in the center, or even you could add 4 of those onto the front of the card and put the circular one in the center, so you could have 4 squares here and then this one in the middle of it, and that would be really beautiful as well. So many different ways you could use that set, but for now that's all I'm going to make, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I have to say that I'm going to send these samples off. Obviously they've got to be sent over to Tonic for the launches, but I reckon that I'll be making myself another one of these, because it took quite a while to make that, but it was because I was filming it at the same time. It's actually not that difficult to make, and I'm going to make myself one of these, I think, because I really love it. Have you liked that? And which one do you like, and what colours would you pick? Would you make yours in gold and cream? I just thought that was kind of honey colours, and then I wanted something else to match in, but to be just a little bit different, which is why I picked this one. But you can tell me down below in the comments what colour you would like, or what you would make yours like, and would you add more flowers or more detail onto this? And I'll look forward to seeing all those and hearing what you think. Anyway, if you haven't already subscribed, I really would love you to do that, and that would mean a lot to me. It helps my channel along, but it also lets me know what you think. If you keep coming back and enjoying the videos, if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you won't miss any of them, but it also lets me know that you're enjoying them as well. But don't forget to give a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment, and my affiliate links for everything I've used will be down below in the description, and thanks to everybody who uses those. And in the meantime, happy crafting. Bye bye.